Welcome to the Nexus. Welcome to the weekly Roundup show. Let's go. So, what can you expect from this show? Well, I've done shows like this before, but I thought this one would be more inclusive, I should say, and is now going to become a permanent feature for the channel. And I've said this before, and other things have come up, but I've actually made time, and I'm going to make an effort to continue doing my weekly Roundup. What will it include? Well, I thought it would be more of an inclusive bubble instead of certain things like part works. So what I'm going to do is a weekly roundup. You're going to find out what I've been doing here at the Nexus and what's coming up and what I've been watching and what I've been looking at and what's coming up. So sit back, relax, take some time off your shoulders and listen to me ramble on. So what can you expect? Well, like I said, you can expect anything and everything, anything that's happening in my world and in the Nexus universe. We are going to discuss here on the weekly roundup and see what I've just been doing every week. And sometimes it might be nothing. Other times it can't be. It might be completely jam-packed with stuff that I'm going to be doing and discussing. So without further ado, let's get going. So in TV and film, what have I been watching this week? Well, I've actually just been catching up on the last few episodes of Manifest. Ready for the 2 final episodes of the series. Now, if you've never seen a Manifest, watch it. It's a very, very good series. I think it's very, very good. Quick rundown of the show. The premise of it basically is a plane disappears and reappears 5 years later. And it picks up what happens to the passengers that get off. And it sort of unravels into this sort of mystery sort of thing. And the last 2 episodes are on Netflix this month, and I'm really looking forward to it because we've followed the series all the way through. If you haven't seen it, I'd give it a shout. In the world of in the world of film, there is quite a lot that I'm wanting to see this month, including Into the Spideyverse and Transformers Beast Wars. I can't wait for all of that. So it's probably going to get me out to the cinema. I haven't been to the cinema for well, since post-COVID, really, because COVID sort of changed everything. I was a regular goer at the cinema. I had a Cineworld card where you can, obviously you pay a monthly fee and you can go and see as many films as you like, and I was always going. COVID hit and obviously I couldn't go anymore, and I haven't been a regular goer. In fact, this year I think I've only been to 1 film at the cinema this year, and that was Avatar: Way of Water. And yeah, so since then it's not. But I think Into the Spideyverse and Transformers Beast Wars is going to bring me back in to all of that. And I can't wait for both of those films. Both big blockbusters, summer films as well, because we're now coming into the summer film genre. But yeah, I really can't wait. What else have I been watching on TV? Well, I've been rewatching Star Trek. So what I tend to do is every couple of years I tend to rewatch Star Trek right from the beginning. Well, I say the beginning, right from Next Generation. I watched all the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, and then I'll do Discovery and everything else. Every couple of years I tend to do this. Just a bit of a tradition, really. I also do the same with X-Men, not X-Men. With the X-Files as well, another series that I absolutely love. So I do a rerun of these sort of series every couple of years. Keep me fresh, keep me looking at good stuff as well, because sometimes the new stuff ain't too good. But there is one more series that I am looking forward to this month, and that is Secret Invasion on Disney Plus. So yeah, also as well we've got Star Trek Strange New Worlds. So there's quite a lot of TV, quite a lot of movies that I'm going to be watching this month. As we do the weekly roundup, you'll probably see me discuss them anyway. But that is what we've been watching here in the Nexus universe. So what else have we been doing? Well, let's check out the part works. Okay, so in the world of part works, what have we been doing? Well, this month we're waiting for the release of the fan home Optimus Prime, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that and start building it. So keep an eye on the channel. If you're new to this and it's the first time you've ever seen me, go and have a look at my other videos and give it a cheeky subscribe, and also a thumbs up. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't do anything, but it really helps the channel, so thank you for doing that, guys. We're obviously going to be continuing our tumbler build as well. So we're building, it looks like now we've moved from the front of the car, now we're doing the cockpit, and it actually looks like that we're now going to be building the cockpit before moving on to anything else. So I'm really looking forward to that, though it is dragging a bit. I cannot wait for that. So there's all this exciting stuff coming up this month, and you'll see those videos as I continue to go on, and this week on the channel and everything else. Disney Dollhouse, yeah, it's coming along really nicely. I'm psyched for that as well, because now we're going to be finishing the second floor. I'm actually moving on to the third floor this month as well, so there's some big things coming on that as well. There's been some more releases as well. I think the rally car, I can't remember what, Lancia Delta I think it is, IXO have released, but they've released it as a monthly build instead of a full build like they did with their Eiffel Tower. At the moment, nothing is really catching my eye from anywhere else. I'm still waiting for the Enterprise D to drop, which is going to be next month. But yeah, for this month, really exciting to get on with the tumbler and to start the Optimus Prime build. I really cannot wait for that. But I don't think we're going to see much movement or much new releases from partwork companies until sort of later on in the year. But you never know. You never know in the world of partworks. What other models have we got coming? Well, I thought about doing some different models. Maybe starting back up on me on my Star Trek ones again, maybe. Now, I have got, obviously, a Diamond Select ones and the Eagle Moss versions here, but I haven't actually physically built a modelled Star Trek ship since I was about 11 or 12, very long ago. Don't want to say it's my age, but for a very long time ago, I used to build them when I was in my, well, I wasn't even a teen when I originally built ships like that. So I may start looking at maybe getting something like that, showing you what's in it, showing the end result, that sort of thing. Get me back into the modelling sort of genre. I've also got the TT, the Hornby TT1 set here as well, and it's under sort of the same sort of premise. And I've been, I really want to get that down. I really want to do that. Someone said though it might be worth picking up a small 00 set just to get my bearings and the feel of it before I tackle the TT120 set. So what I've actually done is I've bought a little 00 gauge set. It should be here in a couple of, I'm hoping in a couple of days, fingers crossed, for me to sort of practice, lay it down, get some track down. We was at a local charity shop and I was able to pick up Thomas 00 gauge and some carriages as well, so they're going to go on there, and that will give me that will help really with just sort of working out the layout with electrics as well, and sort of like that will be my starting base thing before I tackle the TT and really go to town with that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll probably film it, I don't know yet what I'm going to do with all of that with the 00 set, but we'll see what happens when it turns up here. Like I said, it's an old set. I got it through Vinted. It was really cheap. It was about £20, but it's a full train set, only a little one. But I wanted just to have a look at the track, get it down, sort of look at how the wiring can be done before I then tackle my TT120 set, which I still plan on bringing to the channel. But like I said, it's just finding that fine tune, that fine time that I can do that, because there's a lot happening here. So what else has been happening in the Nexus household? Well, let's check it out and find out. So what's been happening? So for me personally, what have I been getting up to? So since before COVID, I have been training to become a psychiatrist. It's sort of a 3 or 4 year deal, and I've done a lot of modules up to that, and I've passed them all. The reason I haven't really said this to anyone is I didn't really want to jinx it. It was something that I went on a sort of mind course through my work, and I really enjoyed it actually. And so I was umming and ahhing about it. Then I went ahead with it, and then lockdown happened, and I was still able to do it during that period, which was brilliant. But it's set over like 3 modules. I've done all 3. I am now just waiting to see if I've done well enough to pass my 3rd. I've done the 1st and 2nd. I'm almost certain I'll get the 3rd, you know, but you never know. So that's why I've not been saying to everyone. I just didn't want to jinx it too much about what's happening. What does that mean? It means bigger and brighter things, really. As soon as I get that final module, it means that I can go on to a better job, or a job within the company I'm already working in, because they're looking for people in that sort of area. It means that I may have less time for the channel than I would normally, because it means that I'll be actually leaving the house more than working at home. But there's loads of options. I've been talking with my dad and mum and stuff like that, and they've said it's up to me. But I always wanted to. I didn't want to do this and then not do anything with it. So I will do something with it. But what I've decided is, in the next couple of weeks, I'll find out if I've passed. If I have got my 3 modules, then it's all it's all golden. But what I've decided is I'm going to wait until after the summer to then see where I can do, where I can go with that, and it could be exciting. It means me leaving a job that I've done for 14 years. So yeah, but then there's opportunities within that company that I could pass over, so I couldn't necessarily leave. But if I decide to leave, it's a big step. But yeah, it means good things. It means really good things for us. Also as well, we've been waiting for our kitchen to get done. Now, it was booked in to get done during the infamous 2020 lockdown. Then it got postponed. Then the contractors collapsed, and we've been waiting for a new contractor to pop up. A new contractor has popped up, and we find out in the next couple of days our actual date when that work starts. Now, when that work starts, it means that they're going to make our kitchen much bigger, which is really great, which is what we wanted. It also means that it's going to create a little room for me, which I'm really excited about. So when I first started this channel, I used to have my own little room, my own little man cave, as it were. Similar to like this, but just mine. And then we moved into this house, and I still had my own little room, but my children were also very little. Now they're big and they're teens. They need their own room, and so I gave up my man room, or man cave, or whatever you want to call it, where I used to film everything. I gave that up. Since then, I've been filming just where I can, really. But there is a corridor that runs in our house, that runs from the front to the back, and it sort of goes under the stairs as well, and there's quite a big area. And what we've now decided is we're going to knock half of it through for the kitchen, and that will create a little room, a little sort of annex on the side of the house, and that is where I'm going to have my own little space again. So I'm really looking forward to that, because that means that I can have my desk in there again. It means that I can put all my models, and I can do all my part works, and I can light it a little bit better. But that might not happen for a couple of months. We don't know yet. We're hoping that the kitchen starts working and they start doing the kitchen. But as you know, if you've ever had anything like this done, nothing's ever straightforward. And when they say, oh, it's going to be done in 3 or 4 weeks, it's normally 3 or 4 months. So, but I'm hoping that happens, and that will give me my own little space where I can do all my filming. It also gives me my own little space to put my TT120 layout as well, so a bit more permanently, which is really great. So that's what's really been happening here on at the Nexus house. It's yeah, we're sort of been umming and ahhing about how we want the kitchen. Finally, everyone sees the light, my light, which is brilliant. So it means a bigger kitchen for us, which is a good one, and it also means a little room for me, which is also cool as well. But during that time, there's going to be a lot of disruption. I don't know how many videos I'm going to get out during that time, because there's going to be a lot of work going on here. So trying to find a space, time and everything else to sort of fit it in. I'm pretty certain I will. But yeah, it's just trying to find the time during that time period of when I can actually do my builds. Probably be later in the evening. What I tend to like to do is to do all my part works when I get them from the newsagents, sort of in the morning. But we'll work around it, as they say. But that's what's been happening in the Nexus household. What else is going on? Well, let's have a look. Okay, so this last little bit is we're going to be talking about things like the £50 challenge, which has been going really well, actually, better than I ever thought it would. So I'm going to be looking to see what else I can pick up for under £50. We've got some new Star Trek figures turning up as well. I'm hoping soon. They're the Star Trek Prodigy figures. They've already been released in the US. Hoping in the next couple of weeks they're released here, so I will be doing reviews on them. Other things as well, I'll be collecting the new Corgi Star Trek ships. We don't know yet when they're going to be coming out. We expect very, very soon. But yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can pick up some more of the Eagle Moss ships if I can. I don't tend to over budget or overstretch anything. So I don't sort of break the bank. I know what their worth is, and though they're on Master Replicas at the moment, I have a distinct feeling at the moment the market is very, very high for Eagle Moss stuff at the moment. It wasn't very high when when Eagle Moss was about, and it's really bad to I should say that, but there wasn't high demand. It's really, really strange how there was no real big demand for a lot of the Star Trek. They sell very well. I'm not disputing that, but like average prices online were good. They did very good deals. The company went bust. Now some of them are going for absolutely ridiculous pricing. Take the Cerritos here. So I got that through Eagle Moss. I think it cost me like £60. It's now going for £400, £500. It's ridiculous. And so I think what will happen is there'll be a cooling period where everyone will just buy what they want, and then the value should come down again, and that's when I step in. I'm not sort of a scalper. I'm not sort of I don't know what to put it. Cheap. I'm not cheap. I know what they're worth, and I know the deals are there, and I've picked some up in really good deals actually, and you've seen on the channel. But yeah, but I'm not going to go mad on the Star Trek ships at the minute. Also, as well, it depends on space. I mean, as you can see, there's more space down there. This is all full. I've got absolutely full space. I have to have things out on display. You don't buy things like this and just keep them there, do you? You have to get them out. You have to display them. So I'm an out-of-box displayer, as you can see. You can't buy something and then put it in a loft. I know a lot of people, and I have friends that do that as well. I have a friend that buys 3 of everything. 1 to play with, 1 to keep, and 1 to store away. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to start sort of trying to pick up some bits. I've got a keen eye for picking up certain bits here and there. So I'm hoping that will be thing. I want to get some more of these helmets. These are really cool helmets. I've got one here. I've got the Punisher Iron Man helmet there as well. So I might pick up some of them if I can. See if I can do it on the £50 challenge maybe. But anyway, that is this week here at the Nexus. Thank you all for watching and listening to me ramble on. And we'll be back next week at the same time, same place on the Nexus. Until then, see you later, take it easy, and we'll see you, as always, at the next video. Take it easy.